Hey guys, Monday, July 29th of 2024. Let's see what the Black Widow has for us this week. Got back home and I'm excited because I'm in front of my computer, the big NASA computer. But nonetheless, good to be home. All right, let's get into the charts. As you can see, we have a pivot high here of like $2. And you can see that I marked it with this white line. And we kind of bounced right off of there. We bounced off of that. We're very close on the 17th. Looks like it was a dead cat bounce, pulled back, holding there. I mean, it could kind of go sideways here if it wanted to do that until it's ready to go. But remember, the gap fill is right here. We're very close. We're super close. You can see market profile. I have a level I'm watching here that coincides with this pivot high. As of right now, it's support. But once we crack through it, it's going to be resistance. And then this gap fill is another area I'm watching. So a couple of things. On the TPO, I believe we are below the value area low of 221. We have a point of control here of $1.76. We got the value area low of the market profile of 164. I'm guessing if the Black Widow is going to do a bear trap, it's going to try to push it all the way down here and then maybe bounce. But that's just me speculating. They'll fill the gap of like around 185, 86, and maybe even push it even lower to trap more bears and then maybe reverse. But that's just me super speculating there. Also, and another thing is that we are below the anchored VWAP, which is from the February 20th low. So we need to at least regain and get above 220, if anything, once this is all resolved. On the simple glance chart, the only thing I see that's interesting is that we're building up a hockey stick here. We built it here, and you see that we found the low, but this was way deeper. This is not as deep. So, you know, it's one of those things is that maybe this is from here, we turn. But we're very, very close. We're building the hockey stick. Other than that, anything on the weekly hasn't really changed much. On the daily, we have a MACD positive crossover. And that's where we're at. But nothing really significant, just only this. Let's go into our geometry chart. So a couple of things here. Our APF, you can see that we are below the midpoint. And change of contract just kicked in. And statistically, it's a bullish day, positive. And I don't know, maybe it's because of the change of contract, but I don't think it's going to, if it is going to go up, it's probably going to maybe retest 210, maybe 214, 212 max. If it's going to go up, but I don't think it's worth, the risk to get in long now. I'd rather just kind of wait and see what is going to be resolved because tomorrow is going to be a different day. Let's look at our channels. You can see that we're right at the crossroads here, the crossover from these two important midpoints, the green lines. And it's there. If you could do a line from here, you can see that this area is where that gap fill is. It could be possible we could get down here and bounce off this channel. So this could be a good, interesting area to accumulate. If we get to fill the gap fill, it kind of lines up right here. Oops, wrong thing. It kind of lines up right here from that gap fill. So something for you, as a trading idea. You're patient, and if this gets down here, this will probably be the area to accumulate. Because I'm all eating on this area right here. And if it doesn't get filled, then fine. We have to start seeing, higher highs and higher lows. We need to get away from this area right here and start, bouncing. And you can just start noticing. It's like, okay, maybe it's not going to fill it. Maybe it's going to continue going higher into the August rally. Gap fill. So this is it right here, boys and girls. This is what I'm waiting for to get filled. Right here. Let's see. Trend lines, as you can see. I'm going to pivot here. We're now below it. This area right here will not fill the gap, but could probably find support. Because this is from here to here. The trend lines are trend lines. You know how it is. Let's see what else. P lines is at 205. SO, so this is a good chart. So your midpoint from 611 high of 3, what was the high? I forgot. Whatever the 611, June 11 high. Was it 315, I think? This is your midpoint here, August 2nd, and we're very close. So if it's in regards to timing wise, this was going to be a date, or this area right here you want to watch. Levels 185, fill the gap. Bear trap 182, extreme bear trap 177. And this goes all in conjunction with those channels and everything. Sweet spot. So maybe pop or maybe sideways tomorrow. Bearish. What is tomorrow? The 30th, the 31st, even more bearish. Maybe start already penetrating this gap, and somewhere between the first and second, possible turning point here in this area. And I'm watching these key levels here. And if it doesn't happen here, then I'm going to go all the way to the 19th. That's your 2/3 in regards to the 6 high measure. What do I call it? Timing points. 184, square 9 angle. Lines up here, fills the gap. So an interesting price level. It holds. SR 189, but it doesn't fill the gap, so I'm sure it's going to get violated or breached. In swing chart, as of right now, we're already 46 days and 32 trading bars into this move from 611 high. And this is a date I was watching, 727. So the next one, according to this technique, will be August 7. Yep, August 7 is the next time frame I'll be looking at. If we're just kind of going sideways here, whatever, maybe here in that August 2nd that I showed you earlier. And this was our 152 low, kicked in price in time, got this pop, but really nothing really made out of it. I thought this was the reversal. And I was like, you know what? Maybe the gap fill is not going to get filled. And maybe from here we start going higher. But that looks like it's not playing out. And it's the Black Widow playing tricks until she's going to do what she's going to do. So we just got to follow her and her lead and see where is it she wants to go. All right, so let's go into our midpoint chart. You can see change of contract. We got this nice gap in regards to change of contract. So I don't think nothing on the yearly. On the monthly, we're very overextended. We're just dealing with market profile. Let's look at the weekly using a 4-hour chart. So key levels, it stalled here at the change of contract. We're now in September, which is like 209. And you can see that it was just kind of stalling here. This is going to be a level you want to watch. And this is for this whole week. Your midpoint for the whole week is 213. We could get above 213. Maybe the turn got in. Maybe it's early. Maybe it's in. And we could stay above that and start floating away from 213. Maybe things are changing. But if we could never get above 213 this week, we still in the bear territory. Targets to the downside, 202. We got our low of 199. And extreme, I'll just give you this one, will be 192. So these are your levels, your big levels to watch for the week. That's your pivot high, your March 5th high of $2. That white line, and this is the market profile that I'm watching. Let's go into our daily pivot with an hourly chart, and you can see this gap. And your midpoint for today only is 203, $2.03. It's finding support right now here, 205. It could probably bounce into the US session. I don't know, maybe go sideways here. Statistically, it's positive, but we'll see. But I wouldn't trust it. So, but that's me. But this is your line in the sand, and this was the high. So maybe it might rally to here, or maybe here, this area, and then just kind of play games, or maybe keep it in the higher range, because statistically tomorrow it's going to be, it shows a down day. So I bet maybe they'll play traps here and keep it here, and then, in the US session on the overnight, take it lower and get everybody that got long here and put their stops in this area, and then fill this whole thing up tomorrow going down. But that's me speculating. But this is your line in the sand as of today. And your low, 194. And if it's going to continue going lower, obviously targets to the downside extreme will be 197 all the way to 194. So I think that's it. And let's look at the square of 9. So we made it high with the change of contract of 210. We went as low as 199. So it could probably be between 197 and 211. Your midpoint is 204, or your 180 degree. And if it was going to rally, like statistically, it says, well, I don't think we will go any higher than 214 all the way to 212. Between 214, 213, 212, that will be extreme to the upside. 213, and then I say 213 is your midpoint for the week. Yeah, so I can't see it between 213 and 214 if it was to go rallying up here, but that's extreme. I could probably see in this range between 211, 204, 199, 197. And then once they push it lower, to 194, now you're entering where was the gap fill, which is 190 to like 180. Was it 184, 187? I said the gap fill was anywhere in that sweet spot. And for the bear trap, it will be like 177, 176. This is extreme. This is to trap the bears. If this ever plays out, I'm just like going, thinking outside the box. I'm kind of thinking where the puck would go in the future. This would be the extreme bear trap, and this is where probably I will accumulate if I ever see price action in this area, especially going into August, because I feel like maybe this is where it's gonna turn, and this is where the sweet spot. But it may play out, it may not. I'm just thinking, very into the future, speculating very hard. Well, that's it for me. Just kind of giving you ideas and just on the sidelines watching and waiting to see what the Black Widow wants to do today. I'm going to sign out. Hope you like this video, and I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on natural gas.